All right, so now we have some good work here. So we're going to start with example one, sorry. We're going to find the values for the sine, cosine, and tangent for angle B. So that means that angle B is our reference angle, and we have our triangle down here. That means B is our reference angle. So that means we label our sides using angle B. And again, we should already know like the hypotenuse. But you know, this is the longest side, so that's your hypotenuse. And again, if you need to stop the video and write stuff down and then pick up like when you have everything down, go ahead and do that. All right, so here angle B, the ones that's opposite of angle B, it's across from it. It's this side here. And that means that this part down here is adjacent. Up top is your adjacent side. Now, we need to find all three of them. And we know SOH CAH TOA deals with the opposite adjacent hypotenuse. But we can do some of them, but we can't do everything right now because we don't have the adjacent side. We don't know what that is yet. So that means we get to go back to the SOH CAH TOA part. Not SOH CAH TOA, but the Pythagorean theorem part that we just talked about. Equals C, sorry. Equals C squared. So we're going to go there. Now, with this, hopefully you remember also back from your Math 2 days, Math 1 days, whenever you learned about triangles. If the angle is here, the side is directly across from that. So this is angle C. That means this is side C. Little c. Little c. If this is angle B, this is side B. Little b. So across from that. And if this is angle A here, this means this is side A. So whatever that angle is across from that is your side. So B across from that is side B. Angle C across from that is side C. Angle A across from that is side A. Sorry. So here we should be able to figure out what the missing angle A is by using Pythagorean theorem. So A is what we're still trying to find, so we don't know that one. Plus 18 squared equals 33 squared. So we have that part. So we have to figure out what's going on. So with this, I want you to go ahead and finish this up here. Find out what A is equal to. You should get that A is equal to the square root of 763 or 3 square roots of 85. I want you to simplify it down to this part here because it'll make it a lot easier to work with than have big, huge numbers later on because we're going to have big stuff going on, big numbers and all that good stuff. Simplify it as far as possible, but no decimals. And again, let me write this out now. No decimals at all. Unless they give that to you in the problem, there are no decimals. When it comes to the rest of the trig stuff that we have, we don't really deal with decimals at all ever again. So with this, maybe every once in a while, but with this, do not change it to a decimal. Decimals are a bad word, a four-letter word here, a bad, really, really bad word. Don't use that. We don't say cusses. All right, so with this, everybody hopefully realized you squared both of them, and then you moved the 18 squared over, and then you took the square root of both sides. And it should have been plus or minus, but because we are dealing with just the sides, you can't have a negative side, so it's positive. So we have 3 square roots of 85. If that didn't make sense to you of how to do it, just call me over and I'll work with you. Just stop the video and call me over. All right, but here, let's go ahead now that we have all 3 sides, and then we're going to add this in now. Make this blue. This is 3 square roots of 85 here. So now we can do SOH CAH TOA. So we can do sine of angle A, or angle B, which is theta. So we know that again is opposite over hypotenuse. So that means the opposite side here is 18. Your hypotenuse is 33. And let's reduce that down to 6 over 11. And yes, reduce it. I want you to reduce whenever you can. And then here, this is going to, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So 3 square roots of 85 over hypotenuse, which is 33. And again, this reduces down. So that will be the square root of 85 over 11. Then go ahead and throw tangent over here. And then that would be 18. So that's the opposite over adjacent. So it's 18 over 3 square roots of 85. And remember here, you cannot have a radical in your denominator. So what do you have to do? Multiply both denominator and numerator by the square root of 85. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So this gives you 18 square root of 85 over, let's say 3 times 85. Now I'm doing it like this because it's going to be too big later on if we try to multiply 85 and 3. So here we can reduce it. There's something on top, something on the bottom. So we can reduce these down. This is 6 and that's 1. So 3 goes into 18 6 times and 3 goes into 3 1 time. So your final answer is 6 square roots of 85 over 85. And that cannot reduce down anymore, so that is your final answer. So sine theta is 6 over 11, cosine is square root of 85 over 11, and tangent theta is 6 square roots of 85 over 85. And that's it. So not bad. Should be very simple and easy to work with.